Well, our next guest is no stranger to the balancing act. He is someone the Wall Street Journal has called the real estate rock star. He is a very unique entrepreneur who has appeared on 2020, The Oprah Winfrey Show, not to mention right here, helping our viewers as part of the Balancing Act's Real Estate for Real Women series. He's also a best-selling author and is here today to tell us about one of his latest projects, his latest book, aimed at helping us in today's real estate market. The book is called Burst This, Frank McKinney's Bubble-Proof Real Estate Strategies, and we're delighted to have him back in our studios this morning. Frank McKinney, welcome back.
Boy, good to be back and good timing for this book.
Absolutely great timing. And I want to get into the book in just a minute, but let's go ahead and refresh our viewers' memories about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you became this kind of real estate czar. I mean, you've been getting so much amazing, amazing press.
Well, I'm just a corn-fed country boy from Indiana, as we were discussing, that moved to Florida when I was 18 years old. I did my first fixer-upper, a $50,000 fixer-upper back in, I don't even want to say how long ago, 25 years ago. And now we've kind of progressed to building these beautiful homes on speculation, though, Danielle. So I build them without a buyer in mind. Like the Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. In my case, I build it on the ocean. Average selling price is a little over $15 million. We fully furnish them down to the gold-plated toothbrush in the bathroom, linens on the beds,
gold-plated toothbrush. Look
towels
at you.
in the closets.
Wow.
The idea is turnkey.
Yeah.
I want you to act on your impulse. I've saved you 3 years of aggravation. You walk in the door, as long as the check clears, you can sleep there tonight.
Well, you know what? If you've got that kind of money, the check is going to clear.
It better.
The check
not
is going to
sleeping
clear.
there.
All right. Along the way, I know that you've also written some books. I want to go over them here again if I can. Make It Big, 49 Secrets for Building a Life of Extreme Success, and Frank McKinney's Maverick Approach to Real Estate Success. Both of those books, bestsellers, by the way. Why did you decide to write this latest book, Burst This?
Timing is everything. Very important. I'm coming up on my 25th anniversary in this business, and I was growing so tired of the negativity, the gloom and doom. Everybody's investment was going to pan out to be worthless. So enough already. So if you look at the cover of that book, that is me not holding a bubble. It's holding a force field, a sphere. I've walked the talk for 25 years, Danielle. I've been through... I went back and studied 6 real estate markets dating back to the mid-'70s. I've been through 4 of those 6, and we've prevailed. Now, why? I want to answer my own question. Why have we done well when others haven't? Well, I realize that regardless of if you're buying your first investment property or even your first home, this isn't meant just for the investor. If you want to buy your home right and not have it devalue like it has happened to a lot of us over the last few years, how do you go about doing that? And I wanted to be kind of a counter voice to the negativity, saying, you know what, if you apply the things that I've done in my career to buying your first home or your first investment property, you have insulated your purchase from that bursting of a bubble, which has happened to so many people.
You know, there are a lot of books out there on real estate, as I'm sure you know. What makes your book different? What makes your book relevant to what's going on in the market today?
For 2 things. One is I went back and I studied those 6 cycles, and I can compare those cycles to what has worked for me. I don't make my living selling books. I make my living in the real estate business, and I don't eat if I don't sell one of those homes that were built on speculation. By the way, even the $50,000 homes, the $100,000 house, all the way up to the multi-million-dollar homes, those were all built on speculation. I did not have a buyer in mind. So I better know a little bit about finding value, undervalued real estate out there, opportunity, if you will, which there's a tremendous amount of opportunity right now, adding value to that opportunity like nobody else, marketing it like nobody else, and providing that American dream like nobody else.
All right, so here's the thing, Frank, and playing a little bit of devil's advocate here. Our viewers out there might say, okay, that's great for Frank. I'm not Frank. How can this apply to me, average Joe, average Jane? How can I benefit from this?
Okay, so you're not Frank, but I wasn't Frank either when I started. I was the average Frank. I was the average Joe. And the first-time home buyer market, you know, that price point that is affordable for the first-time home buyer down here in South Florida, it's come down considerably.
I was smiling because I'm thinking of our first home. Yeah, the first-time home buyer.
I mean, it used to be
absolutely.
$100,000, maybe it's a $200,000 house now. There are opportunities out there now that I am telling you and telling the viewer that if you don't take advantage of them today or in the next year, your children will not benefit from that smart decision. Because why? Real estate has come down in value across the country by about 30%. The mortgage, the average rate on a mortgage, let's just round it down to 4%, is 3% lower than the 7% it was when all this started. You know what? That's a 60% savings on your monthly mortgage payment. So when you combine real estate on sale, which it is big time, the banks needing to purge their inventory of foreclosures, the money that if you have decent credit, just decent credit that you can borrow at now, why would you want to rent the American dream? I think it's time to own it.
I think it's time to own the American dream.
Absolutely.
All right, and it's interesting because that kind of goes against what other real estate agents out there are saying. And don't answer the question because we've got a lot more with you. We're going to continue our discussion in future Real Estate for Real Women segments. But I want to end it here by saying thank you so much for being on the show. Again, love the rock star hair, love the rock star look. I understand why they call you the rock star real estate czar. Frank McKinney, thanks for being with us on the show.
That was great, Danielle. Thank you.
All right, anytime. And once again, the book is called Burst This, Frank McKinney's Bubble-Proof Real Estate Strategies. Definitely worth a read given today's real estate climate. You can also get some other great info on Frank's website. It's frank-mckinney.com. And make sure to keep watching our series, Real Estate for Real Women, to learn even more of Frank's insights.